Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things, and so much more. So part of the so much more is I do these reads, these energy forecasts for each astrological sign, and I call them energy forecasts. So because I work a lot with energy as per se, as an empath, even including my psychic side and my mediumistic side, as well as the oracle cards, and it's a like intuitive readings basically, or messages that come through. So which all of my guides who are varied come through at one point or another. Today I am like the light being energies that I work with, or that work with me, and vice versa. I like to say we work together, so which is as a team, obviously we do. And I feel like some of that messages for some of you is like there may be a change in your energy where different people, or different, whether you're doing spiritual work, you're feeling different energies coming in, and the way that you're working them, or the way that you see that you work with them, with other people, like whether physical or on the other side, like I say, is different or is changing, and you have a different perspective about how things were, how things are, and how things can be. Okay. So anyway, I just want to say this, go back to the beginning of my intro. I just want to say welcome to my YouTube channel, Gemini, because this is for you, this reading, this session. And so I really like to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate your support. It helps me to grow my channel, and therefore with growing my channel, I'm able to put out more free content, because YouTube recognizes it, and therefore I'm able to do different things and work a different way on YouTube to put out different videos, and all sorts of things, and add things to the videos, so I can put out more free content. Okay, so the other thing is thank you to those of you who have, if you're watching this on my Facebook page, or you've come across this on Facebook, I invite you to like or follow my page, and and because these come out either weekly, and this is a weekly one, or monthly. Okay, so anyway, I put your videos out on Mondays, Gemini. So welcome to my channel, and this is the fourth time I've tried to do your video today, and I'm just going to share this with you because there may be something going on in your life, and then like you're trying to get something done, and there's like a distraction. And like the first distraction, which I actually already had a funny idea was going to happen, and I had an idea that was going to happen, and it played out, and it did play out. So like this morning, and I thought to myself, my grandson's going to come in, and he's going to, say hi, Nana, or something like that. And I thought to myself at that time, well, I didn't know I was going to be having my grandson this today, and he's got a sore tummy, and the next minute turns out, I thought, wow, what are the chances of that? Never really thought about it until later when I was doing started doing your video, and he waltzes on in and he's going, Nana, I'm hungry. So there may be that sort of thing. So I had to stop, and I was going to edit it. Then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start again. So, and then there was something else, and another distraction happened, and then something didn't quite feel right because I didn't have all of what I needed, and I put something over there. So there may be something like that that's going on in your life at the moment, where you are sorting through things, or something's not quite feeling right, and you're trying to feel your way around to see how everything pans in or pans out. And because there's something new that's coming up. So there's an adjustment of energy. There's an adjustment of thinking. There's an adjustment of you and something in the way that you organize or manage things. So what I'm hearing is like there's this, but like this feeling of going with the flow with things, and it's like, gosh, where did how did that come about, or why, and there may be some whys that's like, maybe why did that happen? So, and when you have a think back or look back, it's like, okay, that's how that could have started, or why am I familiar with this? Because it's like you might have got a little inkling earlier on in the day. So I feel like those light being energies are wanting to come through, and they start to talk in a different language. So but they, yeah, with me. So, but I feel it's more the energy that they're bringing around you because they're very high vibrational. So, and you may hear me like speaking a little bit, starting to go a little bit differently, but they come through and they settle my energy. And so I might use some different words, and you may be finding that exact same thing yourself. Not to say that you've got different energies like all the same, around you, or like being energy. It may be that. It may be just that you are waking. Your intuitive part, your guides are showing you something, or bringing out something new within you with some of the learnings that you've been through in the last few, weeks, days, months, and the year that's coming forth for you to bring out and have a little and chat about, or, your vocabulary might have expanded because you've been introduced to different people that speak with a different side of with a different vocabulary, different way, with a different language almost, for some of you, and you're like seeing things and you're observing things in a different way. So it's all about growth and really within and the knowledge within to help you explain things to yourself, but not only to yourself or understand things, but how you can explain things to others with whatever work that you're doing. It could be with your children, could be with your partner. It could be like you're doing something like this, for your work. You may be, a speaker in a different way, or a manager in different, so it's maybe that you're looking for different ways to express and communicate with others. Okay. So there's definitely something going on with a lot of yous where there's a deeper inner sense, or inner looking and looking inward about what is going on with you within your body, within, your energy, and, or whatever it is for you. So my readings that are coming through now will probably change, and are changing, and you'll probably notice that is where I was going with that. So because there's different energies who work with me, and the universe is bringing in different energies that are working with you as well, like not necessarily other people over the other side energies, but that's likely, but also different energies in the living people that will come into your space, physically, to help you understand something or guide you or learn from in some sort of way. But anyway, I just want to go, because the first card out, today I'm using these Angel Oracle cards. And the first card out, which is interesting, because when I was talking to the Gemini sign and connecting with the energy of Gemini, because I too am Gemini in my sun sign, and that's the sign I predominantly follow. They talked about the moon, and I started pulled up I'm thinking, when's the new moon exactly? And it's next Sunday. So we are on the 15th, Monday the 15th of June at the moment, Gemini, and the goddess of the moon has come up for you. Okay, so 552 in the deck. Okay, there's 5 is about energy, so it really is about energy. So your energy might be a little bit floaty, it might be a little bit whatever it is for you, and you might be there may be a little, when I say floaty, I'm feeling like things are moving to the side, but it could be moving around, and it's what is going on? And you may be feeling a little bit like eerie, like some people would say eerie theory, but it's I feel like because whatever's going on in your mind and what some learnings that you've received about yourself, your power within, through these last couple of weeks, months and years for some of you, and they've come together, and you have more of an understanding. So there's a sense of calmness within it, though, more so than ever, and they're bringing through stuff. But also there's about relationships. 2 is about relationships, so number 52. So it's there seems to be I'm hearing balancing more. Yeah, there's about balancing energy within relationships, with your relationship with yourself, with your relationship with your children, your siblings, your family. It's like there's some epiphany things that are going on in there, and it's like, whoa. And it's like, yay. So it's like, oh, all those sorts of okay, those sorts of this in all different ways. So they're bringing through this energy, and they're just like, it's like having fun energy, but bringing in the joy sort of energy, the sweetness of life energy, and looking at things like what has been going on around in your life. So I'm hearing like there's something like about being in joy, okay, and when I'm hearing joy, it's interesting. There was bringing in joy and allowing and seeing and being in the sweetness of life, or seeing it as that and creating that, but it's knowing that it's there and that you are in it and that sort of thing. So I feel like it's been more affirmative in what it is that you're wanting to do, have, and or give in your life. That's where I'm feeling. It's being more affirmative in it and more intentional and committing to yourself with whatever it is that you're doing for you. Okay, because I'm looking, they're looking across the board here with relationships, your career, whether it's a business or something that you're wanting to learn to go into, like study or something like that. It's like I feel like some of you will be more after going through last week, thinking and feeling slightly different about things, and it's like more of an observant sort of a role. Okay, so but there's this new moon is and this energy that we're in now is like we're going into the waning moon phase, which is coming up in the new moon phase, which is on Sunday. So you may be feeling your energy and wanting to so don't fight it is what I'm saying, and what Gemini is saying, and the moon is saying to you is don't fight it, go with the flow. So it's a good time to wrap up old projects and bring closure to conflicts around you and yourself, basically in your circle of people or friends, that relationships or whatever relations, whether it be family or distant relations, relatives and things like that. So that's where, and get rid of all this old baggage and unfinished business and things like that, to clear off that cycle of something, whatever is going on, as you move into this new moon, to begin a new phase of something, of whatever it is that you're moving into. So it could be a new business plan or an idea. It could be like, a new idea within a business that you're already doing. Like you might be expanding or adding on to something, and or thinking about, like, it could be for some of you, as I'm hearing, like creating something else within your business that's in line with it. Like for me, I can hear, for me, it's about like a card set that I've been wanting to complete, but I'm completing like a phase of that. So it's like that's where I will be going. For instance, is like I've done this part and now I need to carry on with the next phase of whatever that is. So it could be something like that. Not necessarily, if for some of you it will be like the completion of whatever it is that you're doing, say writing a book or a card set or a picture, some art that you're doing, artwork that you're doing, or like it could be like a building project that you're doing, whatever that is for you, whatever it is for you. It's like, so the energy is really nice and calm. So I feel like this new, as you're moving into it and coming from last week, and the crystals that, I can't remember the crystals that come up for you, but because for a lot of you, the actions that you've taken and going in that little bit deeper, it's like helping you to come into this space as well. Allowing, and then the universe is giving us all a little poke and a prod and a pull and a shove, in some way or form. And some of us might be getting a shove, not all of us, and some of us might be just getting a gentle move along and look at this, look at that, and that's pretty cool. So you go into this moon goddess energy, and whether you're a male or female, you know, and tune into her. But definitely looking around, because 2 is about relationships. So it's probably, I would say, you know, that for a lot of us, it'll be in how we relate to ourselves, and how we in our relationships with others. So because 2, and there may be someone coming into a relationship, into your space as well, that you or has come into your space, and I'm hearing for some of you, it may be people that are you know, exiting your energy, and you know, as well. So it's, and looking at the relationships that you've built with that person or persons, and processing that. The other thing is, it could be, because it's about how we relate to others, and how they relate back to us, or relate to us. So there's that sort of energy with that, maybe coming up with this new moon that's coming up. So it's be beautiful. I feel like it's beautiful, even though sometimes I do get a rough ride, but have a rough ride with them, but it's all good. It's beautiful, because when you get out of the other side of it, it's like, boom, I get that. And so there's nothing more powerful than that, isn't there? Like, you get that aha moment, or you feel that energy that's like, wow, I feel like I've just sorted something out. And even though it might, something like physically might be still there, but you feel like inside you've sorted something out. And it's like, and that's the most important thing as well, is like knowing, you know, going with that inner stuff side of it, and then you can sort the physical side out after it. Maybe that you do it that way, or for some of us, when we're decluttering or we're sorting stuff out, it's a blend of both. Others, it's like that and then that, and then other way around for others, like the physical, and then the spiritual or the emotional side, all that comes in with it, but more so. Okay. Wow, I seem to be lost for words, and not lost for words, but, and you may be feeling a little bit lost for words to how to explain things at the times, but it's all right. It's the feeling. Go with the feeling. Cool. And then we have the Angel of Balance, okay, number 48. So there seems to be some sort of, you know, foundation that you may be working through, like grounding and, you know, and creating that foundation. And whether it be, because, you know, this is more around like the base chakra for me that I'm feeling it, you know, and that's about foundation and security. And when and building a firm one, you know, creating a firm one, having a firm one, you know, working towards one, whichever phase you're at, it's like this energy comes in. So there seems to that energy of, you know, Angel of Balance is coming in there. 8 is about infinity. And the infinity sign is like, you know, like the 8 is the same shape as the number 8. But it's about knowing ourselves as that we are that infinite being. We are an infinite being. So, which means we are the creators of who we are, you know, and who we want to be, how we want to be, you know, that sort of thing. So it's about, you know, creating it, shaping it, transforming it, growing it, and then repeating it, basically, you know, with whatever we do. Yeah, cool. And I'm hearing self-esteem with that. Awesome. So that's what the Angel of Balance has brought up for you today. And then we have number 4, happy family. So to me, there's something going on where for a lot of you that resonate with this will be, you know, something to do with family, happy family. And it may be that and that's, you know, about foundation. 4 again, grounding, being having that, you know, and that's about sacral chakra again, grounding, and who you are, who you be, and where you want to be, and that sort of thing. But definitely around family, because that is around family with the sacral chakra. So because they're just sending me seeing lots of red energy, feeling a lot of energy in my base chakra at the moment. So you may be feeling that for yourself. and they may be grounding you, the energy may be grounding you or bringing in that energy. So in order for you to like ground yourself and be in that space to of secure space, okay, and as you journey through this next week in with relationships, okay, and building that or acknowledging it. I'm hearing some of you like just seeing, observing and acknowledging actually what you do have, and it's because I'm hearing that gratitude sort of thing, and seeing more. When we go into that space, we actually see what we do have, and in acknowledging in that and being okay, at peace with it. And also it shows you what we can work on, or you can work on with yourself, and making it be I guess more fluid, more, I know connective is the word I'm getting to as you know, with your family. It's just, I feel like there's this, like, you know how sometimes you're sitting there and it's like you're just moving along and you're not really, you're like you're there but you're not really there, but everything around you is like, it's almost like you're invisible and just life is getting on, but you're more observant and in the moment is where they're going with that. So about your presence at this time and point, and I feel like because with this, they're making us go there, or they're getting the energies going there because there are, you know, preparing you for the new phase that's coming up with this new moon. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm really feeling that energy and really loving it. So because I dare say that a lot of you will have been growing a lot in this last week in different ways that you probably never thought that you would see things or do things. So I feel like there's the struggle. The Five of Wands has come out and there's a struggle. Some of you may be struggling and being in frustration with something that's going on with you, but I do feel like, because there's the peace sign there is coming up. So being at peace with things, and I feel there's some sort of energy where, you know, something's going to happen where you like, okay, talk to the hand, or in a loving way, but it's more like stop. And I feel like some of you are saying stop to yourselves, and some of you are saying stop to others. Just stop and stop, because it doesn't serve you any good for your highest, it doesn't serve you well for your highest good, and it doesn't serve them well for their highest good. It's like, okay. And that's where I feel like with this family stuff, it's like, yeah, it's something is coming to an end, and or being for you mainly, in the way you move with it, okay, and how you follow it through. Because this is about, I feel like for some of you it's like, okay, this is about you standing in your own light and your own truth, and your own power. And I just feel like a lot of you out there will be just like, okay, in your Zen moment when you do it, rather than being in another space where you could be doing it. It's like, you know, could have been like before, it's like, you know, it's like, oh geez, okay, but and it's just got lighter and lighter because it's like you've been processing things. So I do see what I'm hearing there is something's coming to end with a struggle and frustration with some of you to do with family relationships. And when I say family, it could be like you may see some of your workmates as family, some of or people within your business, that are close to you, whatever it is to you, whatever family means to you, that's what it will be about, okay? Awesome. But also within you and how you see things, how you do things as well. Wow. That's a really powerful energy. So, and yeah, so I'm just connecting with those light energy beings. So you may feel their energy. If you do, wonderful. They're here to help us be in our Zen space as much as possible when we're working through things. So, I just love their energy. Okay, anyway, I'm going to leave that with you right now. Yeah. And we're just going to send you lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, and a beautiful, harmonious, sweet week. Okay, bye for now.